All right, guys, welcome to our Nerf, Surf, and Turf specialty game. This is our zoomed out version. I'll be releasing this in real time every day. I want you to know I'm also recording concurrently with this a much more detailed analysis of this game. That analysis will be released either delayed or at the end of the game. I'm going to have to make that decision around day 7 of this game, maybe even day 8. I'll decide. Need to review my first video. I've already done the detailed video for day 2 here. And at that time, I'm going to review the day 2 video and see if it is harmful or reveals anything that, by then, a lot of what I say will probably already be known, but that's just something we have to determine later. So in these real-time games that I'm going to be releasing every day, I'm just going to give you an overview of what's going on here. So first of all, just to talk about the teams here briefly, we do have up here Team A. I am familiar with Bullet Hole and Power of Us, 2 really good players. You can see from the map, this is stuff I'm going to share with you, things that you can just see on your own. You can see Bullet Hole has attacked and conquered the western province of Iceland here. So we have one of our early AI going down to a player character. We have to assume there's going to be more of that going on. I did not even notice this. Yep. So that's another AI going down to Southern America here, to Southern USA. And that's part of Newfoundland. So it looks like Southern USA is attacking Newfoundland. We're not going to go into any more detail about that. Again, this is stuff you can see on your own map. Speaking of AI being conquered, we do have a couple other cases on the map. We do have a case here where Sweden has come down and conquered 2 of Denmark's territories, here and here. And we have a place where Germany has come up and attacked and conquered another of these territories. It looks like pretty soon Denmark is going to be gone from the map. We have just one more territory left. A note that needs to be talked about here is by himself here, Hertz has revealed one of the secrets of this game moving forward. And the secret is that there are hidden achievements. Hertz by himself unlocked 2 of the hidden achievements. The first one was First Blood AI. That achievement goes to the first person to capture an AI territory, which he did when he attacked and captured Copenhagen, right here. So he earned that achievement. With that achievement, he gets 1,000 of any resource he wants. He also happened to unlock the second achievement, which was Cap AI. And that means the first AI capital to be captured gets a prize. Now, he just got lucky because the first thing he captured was a capital. So he gets that double achievement. Sorry to Bullet Hole, who captured this territory an hour and a half after Copenhagen was captured. So, I feel bad. It's like, oh man, if Bullet Hole had been a little bit faster, he could have gotten the 1,000 for the first AI territory. And then, of course, Hertz could have gotten the 1,000 for the first AI capital captured. But as it is, both go to Hertz. So as I mentioned in the Discord, Hertz, just contact me if you want to DM me over there, or just reply to my comment. Let me know which 2 resources you want 1,000 of, or if you want 2,000 of one resource, that'll work as well. Now, obviously, this is me. You can see my resources here. So I've got plenty of resources. Since I'm not really building anything, I got plenty of resources available to be giving out these achievement prizes throughout the game. So stay tuned. There are more secrets to come in this game. So I'll be revealing them as time goes by. All right, so talking about these teams a little bit, we talked about Team A up here. Got some good players. Looks like they're already active taking some stuff here. I will say, just looking at the map, I did see some tension between the North and the South. That's bad news for the New World. If Team A and Team B are at each other's throats, that's not a good thing, obviously. But there's not much you can do. If one team or the other is bent on conquering the entire New World, then, there's going to be conflict. So it is interesting to see that Team A and Team B have both captured 1 AI territory each. And I think in this game, I almost feel like you have to conquer or have to capture an AI because everybody is so starved for resources early on. So keeping that in mind, we look at the rest of this map, and we do see, let's just go ahead and go on around. Team B here is a pretty strong team as well. We have Batarik and Benjigun, who are veterans of the Alliance play, and Lefterios, who I've seen playing as well, pretty good player as well. We move over to Team C here, Sweet Salt and Oli. I know Oli and Sweet Salt are good players. I'm not familiar with Eyal, but we're going to be watching all these players. One of the things I've talked about is now that we have 2 flagship alliances that are associated with our community, we're really looking to recruit people into those alliances, because alliance play is an entirely different kind of game. That's why we have our own channel for alliance play. We have our regular 1914 Universe Discord server, and I said channel, but I should have said server. And we have our alliance server. The alliance is on its own server because it is such a unique and different thing. You join an alliance, and then once you're in the alliance, you play in these alliance games, and your alliance gets points, and you get all sorts of stats associated with that. So you can build a big reputation in the alliance play. Also, there are tournaments that alliances join. So we're stoked about that. Saying that to say that I'm going to be keeping an eye on these players, a lot of whom I've never seen play before, and hopefully see how they play, and hopefully maybe invite them into further alliance play. Now, I wanted to see here. Yep. So we do have another AI capture here. Looks like West Libya has captured one of these from Portugal. So good for you. Grabbing up that territory, because we need those resources. So that brings us to our next grouping here. Grouping D is the 3 of them: Benaiah, I believe his little brother Morcus, the Dorcas, and Silverstar. This is going to be a strong team moving forward. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. I know Benaiah and Silverstar are really good players, and if Morcus is Benaiah's kin, then he's probably going to be pretty darn good as well. Now, I want to say this is Team F, but you can go look at the map if you like. Team F is another strong team here. We have Harkold and Papa Smitty. So anytime you get 2 players of that experience and skill together, it's going to be a dangerous situation. I don't know Centralink Bra here, but if he got in with these 2, he's probably pretty good. In fact, I suspect this might be one of Papa Smitty's crew that he runs with. And if so, then he's definitely good. Again, keeping an eye on him, keeping an eye on the people I haven't seen before, just to see what goes down. Speaking of which, we have, I think this is Team G. I need to have a map here, but to reference, but I don't. The thing about Team G here is that they got thrown into the game at the very last minute. They don't know each other. They're sort of that, they were just in the wings ready to play, and they were bold enough to step forward and play. So thank you to Paige, Master of Poppets, and Little Light. You are appreciated. I worry about them because they are surrounded by sharks. They are relatively new players, and they don't know each other. So but I will say this is a moment for them to shine. And win or lose, you can show your chops in those sort of high stress situations. So I'm just hoping that they have an opportunity to have fun with this game, and that they're able to show, the world their skills. So I think it's going to be great. We now have Team A, B, C, D. I think this is Team E over here. So Team E is over here, Saudi Arabia. And then, of course, over here, the Ottomans, and then over here to Greece. We did have a problem with Greece, which he addressed before I was even able to bring it up. So I was very happy. Thank you, Greece, reaching out to me saying I saw one car, but maybe he said he built 2. So one must have developed after. As I mentioned, I did a detailed cast about an hour ago before I ate dinner. And it was at that time I noticed there was a car here, and there was also a car in his partner. There were several cars over here. So that's a no-no. So as I instructed Angry Dodo, as I instructed Greece, here's where we send our illegal vehicles. We send them to the no-no zone. All right, so send them down to here. Lower left-hand corner, as far into the corner as you can get it. Please send your illegal vehicles. I will notify you of when that needs to happen. So if I see illegal vehicles, or if you accidentally build them and you realize that you've built them, you're going to send them down here to the no-no zone, and they need to be all the way in the corner. That means no vision whatsoever on Florida here. We've got to send them somewhere because you can't just kill them. We talked about the idea that, maybe you could send them into an AI if you're already at war, but that's not fair either, because now you're using units that you shouldn't have to attack an AI. And even if they end up dying, they'll still hurt the AI a little bit. So they've got to just go away. If anybody has a better idea, maybe they, I hate to send them close to anybody, but the fact is, no matter where they are, they will provide vision. So I just really prefer to get them entirely out of the way in the corner. Even if we send them up here, they will provide vision of the stuff around them. So I really feel like this is the best idea. This is deep in the ocean. There's no vision of anything around here, except for, of course, the water, really. So that's the plan for now. I will say this might be a 3 strikes kind of thing. Anybody can make a mistake. Maybe even 2 people on your team can make a mistake. But once we have 2 mistakes on the same team, we need to have a serious talk about what's going to happen if that 3rd mistake happens. I don't anticipate that there will be. I think early on we kind of forget we're into the game. And I think that's what happened here with Dodo, is he just kind of was into the game, playing his normal routine, and he all of a sudden was like, oh, crap. So I was really glad that he reached out to me before I had to reach out to him. That was a good piece of good faith, in my opinion, there as well. And also I was relieved because I didn't want to have to crack down on anybody, but I was going to have to. I was going to have to get in touch with him and say, hey, those cars have got to go. So he offered to yeet them out into the ocean on his own. I asked him to put them in the corner there, and that's where everyone's going to go with their illegal vehicles. As if any more happen, then they happen. And then I kind of figured they'll just all go to the exact same location. And then if any 2 countries eventually go to war, they'll just automatically attack each other and hopefully maybe sort of take care of each other at that point. So a little bit of illegal vehicle construction over here with, I believe that was Team E, right? A, B, C, D, E. Yep. Team F is over here. Team G. Okay, so then we have, now I'm getting into the, I think this is Team H, but it doesn't really matter so much the letter. You can go look at the map if you'd like, but this is the team here. It's Hemland, Swedish Viking, and Raya Force. This is a team I'm watching. I'm watching this team because I know Raya Force. I played side by side with him in the Alliance arena. And if you haven't watched that, it's a fun series of videos from 3 different casters' perspective. But I was able to be sort of in the planning rooms with Raya Force as we planned out strategy. And he is a sound thinker, a sound strategist. In fact, the next Alliance game we play against another Alliance, I asked him to captain the team because I'm that confident in his skills. Hemland, I already know, is a strong player. Hemland is one of the players who's been over in the Alt Alliance, which is our other flagship alliance. We have 2 alliances now that we're pushing forward, trying to make strong. And we're going to be playing against each other. These 2 alliances are going to be playing against each other, practice rounds to make ourselves stronger and better. Hemland has been over there with Raya Force and Batarik, and those 3 have been making that new flagship alliance, organizing it and making it into something real and powerful. And eventually, we really want to have 2 powerful alliances. And we've talked about the idea of iron sharpening iron, right? We're going to continue to have competitive and playful, respectful matches between those 2 alliances, so that when we start playing more and more against alliances in the wild, we will have a whole stable of very strong, very experienced alliance players. Let me tell you, alliance play is different. There's no gold marks at all. And it's crazy when you're playing with 0 gold marks. You're not rushing anything. You're not rushing any forts. Everything is on a very specific timeline. If you're about to be crushed, you can't rush a fort to save yourself. You just get crushed. It's a very beautiful and pure form of this game, and I freaking love it. And so again, that's where we're moving. We'll always play these fun novelty games like we're playing right here, but we're also going to be getting into some real high level, very technical, very skill and strategy based games in that alliance play. So if you're not in an alliance, consider reaching out to me or Benaya, Batarik or Hemland, Raya Force. just reach out to us and we'll tell you exactly how you can join one of those two alliances. Right now, we're looking to fill out that Alt Alliance. The Universe Alliance has 3 slots available. The Alt Alliance, I think, has maybe 15. So again, we're trying to bring that second alliance up so that we have 2 equally powerful parallel alliances that can really challenge each other and strengthen each other in that way. So, looking for big things from this group here, this team. Having said that, crazy things can happen. People can team up on them, so you never know what's going to happen. But I'm really excited about this region of the world to see what happens. Our next teaming up here, let's go ahead and go all the way up to these 3, which is Team I. So we have, I believe this is Green Thumb, Dr. Green Thumb here in Poland, General Opara here in Lithuania, and then over here in Russia we have Penza. Nope, that's the name of the country. He is President Weber Grill. Okay. So these guys I don't know so well, so I'm interested to see what happens here. They are surrounded by, I think, 3 different other teams, so they're in a kind of a tight spot here. I do know that, got to move back from those arrows. Dang it. I do know that the team up here, I believe that's Team J, maybe. I do know that they've been putting some pressure on Russia from the north. And so we'll just see what happens. That's kind of a natural thing. I would think you would have to look at this and say, yeah, that's 3 countries. Where do they have to go? They got their back against Spankerton. That's me. And then they got water more or less protecting their southern border. We know they're putting some troops down here to take over Denmark, or portions of Denmark here. But there's a lot going on up here. So Russia is kind of up against a cornered, a team with their back against nothing. There's nothing back there, really. So that's a dangerous place for Russia to be in. And this team of 3, who I'm not really that familiar with, we'll see what happens moving up next. So speaking of the far north here, the Starks, Winterfell, we have Hertz, who's an excellent player, I know from way back. We have Hazeman, who I've seen. I don't know if I've played 1 or 2 games with him, but I've seen him play, and he also has skills for sure. Kalikush, I'm not familiar with. I don't know who Kalikush is, but again, I'm loving seeing new faces, especially in one of these games that I'm casting, because when I cast them, I pay much closer attention to the individual players than I normally do. And I love it that I'm neutral here. That means that I can spend a lot more time watching and understanding what people are doing. Now, keep in mind, I am also active in each team's chat. And that's okay, because I'm not sharing any info with anybody. I'm keeping it all to myself, but it's helping to inform my casting. Again, that's why in my detailed cast that I'm doing, I'm not even sure if I'm going to release that 5 days late. I'm going to have to reevaluate after 5 days pass and see. It may be something that just I release at the very end after the game's over, kind of like we did in that Alliance arena. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm loving having sort of the inside scoop. Rest assured, in that other parallel casting, the detailed casting that I'm doing, I am going into those some of those backroom talks and strategies that we're seeing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's almost like a God mode in a sense, because as the viewer later, you're going to get to see sort of what those plans are and how they come to fruition or crash and burn, as the case may be. So anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. I just wanted to do a quick check over of all these. I wanted to remind you that there will be some achievements being unlocked throughout this game, and there's even more secret features that are yet to be revealed in terms of gameplay and reward. So moving forward, it's going to be super fun. I'm really looking forward to when the specialists start to produce their specialized units. That's going to be a really awesome sort of turning point in the game, where we can see, are these players going to be able to play together? Are they going to be able to coordinate those various forces? So lots of great stuff coming, folks. We have, I think, about 10 hours left in the second day. And after that, we go live. We go to some hot wars potentially almost immediately. So we'll see what happens. I'm really stoked and looking forward to this. It's going to be so much fun. All right. So thanks for checking in, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Adios, amigos.